Coach, tell us a little bit about how anxious you are to get to camp for your first season back at your alma mater.
I'm very excited to be back here at St. Vincent College. This is a second home for me, from being a player here back in 2010, 2011, and then coming back on the coaching staff and assistant, and then being back now as a head coach. This place is obviously the place I always want to be part of. Hopefully I'm here for the rest of my career. This was a dream job for me when I first came in. As far as this past semester, I know our players worked very, very hard, academically and athletically, to do the right things, to improve our GPA in the classroom, do the right things in the community, and then on the football field during our spring ball for our spring practices. And I'm very excited now to bring them back for our training camp next Thursday, and then bring in our incoming freshmen to see what we have with our team going forward.
Talk a little bit about your approach to combining new members of your coaching staff with some of your returning coaches this year.
Yes. So I decided basically to split my staff in half. So we'll have half of our staff will be coaches that I retained from previous years. Some of them I've actually played with. I've had that connection, that special bond, that family atmosphere that I wanted to bring back. But they all have those qualities which are our core values. Our core values of faith, positive attitude in everything we do, our work ethic, bringing it every single day, competition, being competitive, making sure our players are competitive on and off the field, and then sacrifice with our players, making sure our players are going to be sacrificing their time away from those things, maybe it's social media, away for those things, maybe be on the phone so much, and utilize it in the classroom, but then also utilize it as far as learning our new playbook on offense and defense and special teams side, because those are all things that we're very much going to need going into this upcoming season.
Talk about some changes that we can expect to see on the field for the Bearcats, some offensive philosophy, defensive philosophy, some X's and O's.
Yeah, so on all three aspects, offense, defense, and special teams, you're going to see a different look. Brought in an offensive coordinator, Phil Hamilton, coming in from Clarion University Division II. So we'll have a different look on our offensive side of the ball going forward. On the defense end, I retained, that was one of the coaches I retained, our defensive coordinator, Sean Brewer. He has coaching experience at Division II and Division III level. He has over 20 years of coaching experience. I think with him coming back, you're going to see a little bit, though, of a different look on our defense end as far as some of the things we'll be doing. But then our special teams end. I brought in Garrett Kloss, our special teams coordinator. He's coached with Coach Benzel, actually, at Westminster College before. And then recently he's been at St. Francis University, Division I FCS program. So he'll be coming in and taking those same roles over as special teams coordinator and as a running back coach going forward. So I'm very excited to see how he's been with the players during spring ball. Sam Nowicki here has seen him in person, and he knows how he is as a coach on and off the field. So I'm very excited to get him back on our staff for this year going forward to help our special teams out.
Coach, last question for you. What's going to define success for you in your Bearcat program in 2019?
Success for our program at St. Vincent College going forward is making sure that our players are doing all the things correct. That is academically, athletically, socially, spiritually, and how we're doing things out in the community in all five aspects. So that's actually what our motto is for Rise Together. And those are all the things that I expect from our coaching staff and for our players going forward. We have to make sure that we're holding them accountable off the field, on the field, making sure they're doing the right things out in the community on that end, and making sure they're giving back to our players. So our players here, such as Sam Nowicki and our returners going forward, being successful is bringing in the new student athletes that we're going to have next Thursday coming on campus and preaching them the same exact things that we did last semester during the spring. On the field, it's going to be improving from day one we start training camp next Thursday. And working at that and getting better on the field during practices, during the week, and then each game throughout the season, making sure there is improvement and we're not taking steps back. We have to make sure we're improving on the field and then academically continuing improvement as our team GPA. We had a drastic change this past spring. Our players did a great job academically improving. Now we have to continue to do that this semester going forward, and so on and so forth. And I know Sam Nowicki has been a great representative of that end. He's been a great student athlete, in all words student athlete, academically, athletically, for us on the football field during the spring. And then everything he's done is a great representation out in the community as a St. Vincent College football player.
Coach, thank you and welcome back to the PAC.
Thank you.
Sam, a few questions for you. How excited are you to work with St. Vincent's new coaching staff and its new coaching members this year?
It's extremely exciting. You know, change is never easy, but with Coach Matanka and his coaching staff, they made it easy for us to adapt. And you can tell the overall energy between the players and coaches has changed drastically.
As a player, talk a little bit about changing gears and working with that almost new coaching staff and possibly an all-new offensive system.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes in our program. You know, like I said before, it's never easy, but it's getting easier as we're going forward. But with Coach Hamilton at the offensive side of the ball, you know, I think I had him in high school as my OC, so it's gotten easier and easier for everyone else with me helping them. So everybody's excited. It'll be simple and efficient.
After leading the PAC in kickoff return average and being named an All-PAC player in 2018, what are your plans for building off of last year's successes for an even better 2019?
Well, I don't really like to look at my own stats. I like to focus more on helping contribute to my team's success, whether it's on the field or off the field. So as long as they're succeeding, I'm succeeding.
Coach Matanka, Sam, thank you guys for being here. St. Vincent will open its season Saturday, September 7th at home against Ithaca College.